Next up, 1 p.m. Eastern, Las Vegas Raiders, 2-5, 0-4 on the road at Jacksonville Jaguars, 2-6, 1-3 at home. TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. 80 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 13 miles per hour is the wind. And man, did the Raiders hit their low point of the season in that ugly 24-0 loss at New Orleans. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. God, that was ugly, ugly football from the Raiders. The Raiders opened up at -1 at -102. They're now -1 at -115. It did get up to -120, so it's come back a little. So why don't we look at the money line? Money line opened up at -109, got up to -127s at -122. From a total, it opened up at 47. We now have a 47.5 on the board. And Birdie said he'd already bet the Raiders on the -1 line. I think that makes sense to me. I think I'd like to join you here. Let's take a look at where the money is. 43% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on Jacksonville. Just 4,060 tickets in. 73% of the tickets, 89% of the cash on the over. Raiders didn't have the ball across midfield until 2 minutes remained in the game. That's how awful. Derek Carr, 15-26, 101 yards, replaced by Stidham late in the fourth. Mac Hollins caught 7 passes for 64 yards. Devontae Adams caught just 1 pass for 3 yards on 5 targets. They said he was sick. Again, no Darren Waller. He's being listed as questionable. He's trying to return from this hamstring injury that he suffered October 10th. They were incapable of moving the ball on the ground. They could get no pressure on Dalton, no sacks, no quarterback hits. The Jaguars' defensive numbers, 12th in opponent's yard per play. The Raiders are 24th. So you have a Jaguars defense that's better. This 29th in opponent third down conversion rate, this Raiders defense. 29th. 31st in opponent red zone touchdown percentage. This is a bad defense. Jaguars coming off their 5th straight loss, 21-17 setback across the pond in Wembley. Lawrence, 18 of 31, 133 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Red zone interception at 1st and goal. I was very pleased with. Evan Ingram, 4 catches for 55 yards. Etienne, 24 carries for 156 yards and a touchdown. He was a monster. The defense was strong, gave them opportunities to win. 3 sacks, 8 quarterback hits. Tyson Campbell had an interception. Jamal Agnew, inactive 2 weeks in a row because of a knee injury. They lost Lloyd Cushenberry, and Graham Glasgow replaced him. It's a hip injury, and we haven't got an update on their center here. But that was Broncos losing Cushenberry. I don't even know why I dropped that into the. Sorry about that.
I think because you were talking about England, and he sounds like he should be like the Lord of it. Lloyd Cushenberry, the Lord of Essex.
I don't know why I brought up Cushenberry. My apologies. Okay,
I was a little thrown off, but that's all right. Jimmy's feeling under the weather, and it's week 9. It's a long grind, guys. But this is a stinker, and I get buying low on the Raiders, but boy, is this a stinker of a game for 2 teams. Sometimes, I love this about Jimmy too, where when you don't have a read on a team, you just say, I don't understand. I don't know what this. I don't understand the market around this team. I don't understand what they're going to be this week. I don't get it. I think that's where I'm at with both teams. I've stayed away from this game so much where I've actually avoided even like handicapping it. I mean, I'll try a little for you guys, but the Jags, both sides of the ball have been disappointing according to where I've had them preseason. And the Raiders, they come up against a little bit of resistance and just fold. This is a team that, and Jacobs had like 150 against the Chiefs. And this is maybe it was the Chiefs. I'm trying to think of which game that was. Jacobs just went off. Like, they have a run game. So maybe Jacobs gets going and they're able to run the ball. I would, if I was betting the Raiders, that's the only way I'd go. Buying low on this team. I would need Waller to be in. Like, I would need that little nookie blankie. I would need that little safety net of like, hey, Waller's in. But yeah, this is a bum fight. You're hitting it right there, Viper. I'm not comfortable taking either side of this total. I can be talked into, hey, I'm buying low on the Raiders because this is about as low as the stock is going to go. But I would really want Waller to be in.
When you're dealing with a hamstring injury and then you make a bet because a receiver's in and then you see him walk off the field,
waddle off the field. Yeah.
And that's not going to happen to me again. So Waller being in when we're dealing with a hammy is not going to be enough for me to trust that he can make it through a whole game. He's been trying to come back. He's got issues there. I guess I came in thinking I was going to be on the Raiders here. What do you think about the Jags coming back from London? Is that something that you want to fade because they'll be tired?
We've seen some of these defenses come back from London and play poorly. So, I mean, that's another case for this Raiders run game to get going. God damn it, am I getting talked into this? And yes, as Papa Calls is pointing out, the Raiders did not travel back to Sin City. They stayed down in Sarasota off the New Orleans games. They don't travel to the East Coast. That's usually another recipe for six. God damn it, you guys are going to make me bet the Raiders.
I think so.
I said I was just going to stay away from this game, but it's a buy low spot. It's a spot where they can run the ball. It's a spot where the other team's coming back from London and the defense stinks already. We've seen some of these defenses, come back from London and play pretty dead-legged. So Raiders are nothing, and for now it's nothing.
I'd like to get involved with the Raiders. I love the opportunity. I love that they don't go home after getting completely embarrassed.
For sure.
They sit with that anger all week. This got to be a Raiders spot.
Florida, of all places.
It's got to be a Raiders spot.
America's colostomy bag, just having to hang out in Sarasota. Ugh. Like that anger is just going to fester down there in the heat and humidity. I get it. So, yeah, you guys are close to making me bet a game.
I think that I am going to move on this game. I think Raiders, I like Birdie's idea that they're going to be able to run the ball that you've backed. Yeah, I'm interested. I think I pull the trigger on the Raiders here, and the Jags lose their 6th straight game.
And someone's pointing out the Vikings went to London, came back, won a game, but that was before the Bears were even playing well, and they kind of gave up some bad yardage to the Bears in the second half. That defense looked rough in the second half of that game. Maybe the offense is fine. Maybe this over is a look. So kind of choose your own adventure here. I lean Raiders, but I'm pretty adamant about not betting this one.
I think I'm getting involved. Let's just go back to where's the sharp cash? Is there any? Oh, they don't know what's going on either, man. All right, I'm interested in the Raiders. Very interested in the Raiders. You know what? I'm going to bet the Raiders. I'm going to bet them. I love when the team sits there angry for a week. Okay. I'm moving on the Raiders. Decision's being made.